his mind crazy, angry, and says, yeah, ataki 500 bob haimtoshi. He wants 1,000 bob. The mom only has 500 to spare. She's come to see you. She's brought shopping. Amelipa bus fare. Na ile kidogo alikuwa nayo amekupikia pia hapo, amekuletea unajua kamchele I didn't go to boarding school. But umeletewa vitu hapo manini. My producer says that boy should meet his dad. And my dad, me, I have scars to show. When my dad was a beast, the real beast from the east, Mr. Molwa. My dad used to beat me like I'm a snake. You know, you don't beat a snake to survive. You think you beat a snake because it's bad. That's a bad snake. Go bite someone else tomorrow a little less, or, you know, without... Anyway. So this mom is, of course, crushed. Can you imagine? Crushed. I've come to see my son. I've spared time. I've brought him the best I could. You know, after giving the Lord, parents give their children. You give the best out of your harvest, right? So amemletea pilau na machapo na all those kadhalikas children like to be taken for boarding school, to boarding school on visiting day. And then you've been given shopping. This 500 shillings, this boy acted like was nothing. And this is all the mother could sum up. You know, let's not even pretend that we're living in hard times, because we are. We're living in hard times. You even have school fees. At least you're inside school. There's so many children whose parents cannot pay school fees. So what then happens? So this mom doesn't know what to do. In this strange place she finds herself with, she decides to take this 500 bob, leave this boy to throw his little hissy fit by himself, and then she gave it to a teacher. She gave that 5 reds to a teacher and told the teacher, akamwambia, if my son causes anything, should this boy lack anything during the remainder of the school term, then give him this 500 shillings. But if not, just keep giving him 100 shillings here, 100 shillings, 50 shillings there. You can buy something from the tax shop whenever you see, you know, he could use with a little treat. So this teacher, the reason how I know the story is because of now the bigger conversation after now the parent had left. So this teacher was shocked and asked the mom, why couldn't you give him yourself? Learn visiting day, you're allowed to give them all these things that we don't allow. Juice, mnapenda ile juice ya ku kidogo niseme ile keyword ile ya shwi like that njuiz can hit takamba njuiz mwendete njuiz ila ya kubulania tiwa. So this boy, this teacher is sold by the old lady. That boy has refused this money. And then the conversation, the discourse that was happening around me, now parents are even helping each other and other people saying, what about my child? I bought for my child this phone. They told me they can't be seen with that phone, katululu, ati 4 buttons. Then they don't want that phone. Ati, I'd rather save and sacrifice and buy my child a better phone than mine. What? I'm like, those are the children, kamamana kababa. Those are the children we are raising. And then you want to lie to yourself and tell yourself, these children nowadays are so confident. Cocky or confident, because you're spelling it all wrong. That is so somewhere we lost the plot, and this conversation is not about finger pointing or blaming anyone. I mean, you know, the damage is done if it's done, but I still feel like there's recourse. I still feel like we can fix things. I don't feel like we are doomed now. Anything is cast on stone. I feel like things are still fluid. We can try and salvage what we can. By the time unafika mahali unauliza mzazi wako hii 500 unataka afanye nayo nini, let me even just speak street today. I'm like, by the time do you understand the parents who raised us and how mad they were? Because my dad would have kickboxed me. There, let me tell you, I was a hard-headed child. I was difficult. I was a handful. In fact, couple of hands full. But never, ever did I even think I could disrespect my father. Never, ever did I think I could you can never disrespect your parents. And then sometimes you don't choose where you're born, and we like to use it kwa ubaya. Like, just take that money your parent has pattered. You're there in that school because you want to make a difference in your life and probably do better than they have done, right? But that better comes from their sacrifice. Your children don't understand the sacrifices you make. And are we raising confident children or entitled ones? We are raising entitled children because you hide the sacrifices from them. That's the gist of this conversation. You want to hide your battle scars. You don't want your children to know that you're borrowing from Peter to pay Paul and vice versa. And every time you want to try and talk I've tried to talk to my child about lack and them not taking things for granted. And then you hear people saying, you can't always be negative, telling these children, sazote, lack, and you don't have. You want to raise this child with a poverty mindset. And I am just like, I'm toxic positivity. Iyo bandwagon ya toxic positivity ni kubwa sana. When you want to say that every time you tell your child that we had to sacrifice this so that you could get this, that is breeding a poverty mindset in your child. How now, brown cow? If your children don't realize the sacrifices you make, that's the reason why they take things for granted. Sometimes cut these children some slack. They're smarter than you think. Put them in the firing line. Let them realize how hard some of these things you give them cost you. Let them see the struggle, because we want to hide that part from them. We just want them to see, poof, like magic. Imetokelezea tu, this nice car, this TV, this holiday. So they take these things for granted because they don't understand that a price was paid before they found these things in their lives, in their possession. We need to stop hiding the battle. We need to stop hiding the journey. We need to stop hiding the tough course for our children to see. They must be witnesses so that they can understand that nothing good comes easy. If you skip that part, then you get those entitled brats. Brats, because that's what most of our children are. Brats, yak brats. You sit somewhere and you watch a child throw a fit, and you're like, I promise I'm going to trip this little thing. It angushes its teeth here. Because why are you even talking to your parent crazy? So let's stop hiding the battle. Let's stop hiding the not so pretty parts of life from our children. Cindy, let them know that when you finish your jobo, you go Ngubaru shule, unaenda kusoma na watu yanga kinaedu class kama mimi. Hata ujui kile inaendelea class half the time. Half the time mulikuwa mnapati wangu. When I was in campus, when I was in college, mlikuwa mnapati wangu notes. Mnaenda photocopy. Do you remember you used to be photocopy? You are photocopying your notes. Now children are being emailed. So Yolanda finds herself back in school. Culture shock. You tell your child, so they let them see you struggling with an assignment, with your project, with your thesis. Let your children see you struggle with something. This beautiful, very highly polished life you're trying to show them is some BS. And that's the reason why they're entitled and they take everything for granted. And nothing will change until you let them into that part. Because guess what? Life is a mixture. I told you earlier, maze, joy, and pain. And who better to show them, because you have their best interest at heart, right? And then after showing them, you have your quick and dirty Q&A sessions. Edwin, maswali sasa. What is that? It is called slippers. This is what we used to wear to go from our house to Kabonzweni over the mountain, yeah? To go to school, you must. Otherwise, those war stories our parents told us, that's the reason why we held them in such high regard. Because we saw them, we saw the things that they did, how they worked tirelessly, to sacrifice and give us certain things. You just want your children to be Rambo, Bambo, boom. Wanataka kwenda Mombasa, magically wanatokelezea. Ask guys, Christmas, we are going to Dubai. Do they know how many, things you've had to do to move around so that you could be able to buy them that holiday to go and enjoy? They don't know. They think these things, kwanza, suppose kukua, hizo vitu zinakam faster. In fact, you don't go on holiday, frequent enough. Yeah, but I want to hear from you. What do you think? Are we raising entitled children or are we raising confident children? Talk to me. That's SpiceFM KE and the short code 40127. Mesema kile nimevuta leo asubuhi ni military grade. Glenn Lewis, don't you forget it. Talk to me. 40127 at SpiceFM KE.